Hey guys, welcome back. This is Phil from underKG.com, and this is the OnePlus 5. And no, you don't get the 5 when you get one. This is the 5 because they skipped 4, because that's known as the unfortunate number in Asian culture. So OnePlus 1, 2, 3, 3T, and then straight ahead to 5. Maybe 3T was pseudo 4 kind of thing. But anyway, let's go ahead with the Snapdragon 835 equipped device. The box is the usual from OnePlus. They have been keeping the similar design for a very long time. Probably as their iconic design. There you go. And it's the combination of black and red in most of the color designs. So black thing is obviously the phone. We're gonna leave it right there. And here's a little postcard of Iceland. So that's covering up the charger and the USB cable. So this is the dash charger. It's one of their proprietary fast charging technology. It charges your phone at 5 volts 4A, as it says right there. Output for 5 volts 4A, and it's got a USB Type A port on one side with the red tint in the inside. The USB 3.0 ports usually have blue colors, or Huawei likes to put purple in their ports, but red for OnePlus. And what you connect in there is this USB Type-C cable. One side is USB Type-A, obviously, and it says dash right there. That's charging compatible, and USB Type-C on the other hand side. Now moving on to reflex. Yes, when they have a thick reflex like this, it makes me wonder what they have down there. So that is the quick start guide. The quick start guide that you can pull out from that place, the placeholder, and safety information comes beneath that, along with the pin to remove your SIM card tray. Now moving on to the phone. This is the phone itself. 5.5 inches of an optic AMOLED Full HD screen, receiver, and a front-facing camera that's a 16 megapixel module, along with the home button that doubles as a fingerprint reader. There are 2 capacitive keys right there, and you can also switch that to software navigation bar if you wish to. Moving on to the right-hand side, we have a power key and the SIM card tray, along with nothing on top. There is a little switch right there. That's a OnePlus thing, so you can toggle from mute to do not disturb, and just usual ringtone for your volume control. And the USB Type-C port is on the bottom, along with the earphone jack and a speaker. That's pretty much it. Now, what is interesting is the rear part of it. Let me peel down the protective plastic. And here we go with the rear of the phone. That's a 16 megapixels camera combined with 20 megapixels of a camera. Vertical dual camera, they zoom, they have the portrait mode, something that we've all heard about, and that's kind of the fad these days. Dual tonality flash along with the microphone. OnePlus logo in a place where you should be expecting something else, like a bits and fruit, something. And there's some antenna there. For a metal unibody device, I do acknowledge that there really aren't many ways to put an antenna, so it has to be like antenna slit like these, but the shape of it is what bothers me. Because really, when you put an iPhone right next to it, it would have been better, it would have been more and more obvious if it was an iPhone 7 Plus in matte black. But even with the smaller iPhone 7 in the jet black, you do see the similarities. You can still get where they got their inspiration from, so that's just, I don't know, it sort of annoys me that they had a whole lot of different options. In their video, there were prototypes of the OnePlus 5, and they were just better looking, not a very iPhone ripoff-like devices, and they dropped all that and just chose and went for this iPhone-ish design and antennas. Anyway, enough with the design controversies. Let's turn on the device, and while it does that, quick specs recap. Snapdragon 835 as is the 2017, 6 gigs of RAM with 64 gigs of storage, or 8 gigs of RAM with 128 gigs of storage. That's a whole lot of storage, which is not expandable, unfortunately, and running Android 7.1.1 Nougat. It's got 3300 milliamps of battery. Now that we're booted up with the settings screen, let's go ahead and set up as a new device. Okay, here we are at the launcher, and what you see here is somewhat like the Pixel launcher. You can swipe from the app drawer to have all your apps, or you can even do that from the main home screen. And you can scroll down from there to get the status bar, scroll down once more to get to settings, and everything looked very, very fluid and seamless for right now. There are a few options that you can take. There are a few things that you can change. There are actually a lot of options. There are gesture options, there are buttons. You can enable the soft key if you want to. Let's do that. Let's give that a try. On-screen navigation bar, so these are disabled. You can actually swap the buttons back, and multitasking if you want to. Status bar, battery percentage, network speed, time, yada yada yada, a lot of options. And it's also got dual lane UFS 2.1 to make it even faster with its storages. It's got a lot of LTE bands as a global ready devices, but perhaps the most important thing that OnePlus thinks about it is the camera. So along with that, dual camera, there are usual options right there. There are 2x zoom, you can choose that, and it zooms with another lens, with the help of another lens. We can roll that back, zoom that in, take a photo, and you can swipe from the left hand side to get to portrait mode, and this is exactly what you think it is. Utilizing 2 lenses, it's going to blur out the background. So that was the unboxing and the quick look at the OnePlus 5. We'll spend our time to see how it performs in real life, especially that 3300 mAh battery doesn't really sound enough for the spec, but again, it only has full HD resolution, so maybe it's gonna hold on just fine. Anyway, we'll get back with the review very soon. Thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comment. You can meet us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Google+, and we'll see you guys later. Ciao!